And the one man who is kind of standing out a little bit this pre-season is Danilo.
Yeah, I know.
Scored again. I have to be honest, I didn't think we'd ever really hear of Danilo as being a serious Rangers player.
Well, if Inamura has developed as the sort of
exactly,
unexpected bonus to Celtic's pre-season, Danilo, by the sounds of it, certainly appears to be the unexpected bonus across the city.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, how fortunate is that? Because strikers don't grow on trees. We all know how difficult it's been for Rangers. Dessers, I think, did a really good job last season. His numbers were good, but he's a frustrating guy, a guy that frustrates the fans because he misses more than he scores. Danilo is certainly, I think, a more clinical finisher than Dessers. But he's just looked off it, hasn't he? And, he's physically not been up to it. His body keeps breaking down on him. He's just looked a bit like an awkward fit. A guy that's kept around in reserve just in case everybody else falls over through the week. Yeah, there's a spare guy here. Danilo can fill that position when he's fit. But all of a sudden, the sort of mood music around it, I think he set up a few in one of the bounce games. I think he scored 2 against Hamilton yesterday. All of a sudden, he looks as if he's playing his way right into contention under Russell Martin.
Seems that way.
And I think with Danilo, that the Rangers fans will be hoping for a pleasant surprise. Because from what you've seen thus far of him, there's something there, but it's never really looked like fully coming together for him. And it looked as if, do you know what, he's just one of these guys they'll look to move on. But if it all clicks into place for him, maybe he's really enjoying the style of football that Russell Martin has got the team playing. Maybe he just fits. My guys in Holland that I speak to, they really rated Danilo before he came.
I was going to say that he was a highly rated player, and I know it's not the be all and end all, but I remember a colleague of ours speaking to someone in Holland, and they said that they couldn't believe the wages that Danilo's on at Rangers. I think he's a very highly paid player for Rangers standards.
It was a big financial deal all in, wasn't
exactly.
it? The transfer fee as well.
So I think Rangers did have high hopes for him.
Yeah, but it just in that shambolic Michael Beale, was it Michael Beale?
It was Michael Beale, yeah.
Well, they bought Dessers one day and Danilo the next. And you're going, what are they doing?
What's the strategy here?
So, and maybe part of that has led to the confusion, and Danilo's obviously been really unfortunate with injuries. But if he's back and he's at his level, and you could see from some of the pictures and footage from the pre-season training that Rangers have been doing, he looks as if he's been working really hard on the physical aspects. There's bits where he's absolutely blowing. Look, I think it's one to watch. I tell you what, nobody would have expected just a few weeks ago would be for Rangers to go into this Panathinaikos game thinking it looks more than likely that Danilo will be leading the line with Dessers and Hamza Igaman on the bench behind him.
Oh, Dave says, mind it was only Hamilton he played. Take that into account, obviously. And John says, let's see how Danilo does against real opposition like Panathinaikos instead of mediocre teams like Hamilton and Dunfermline. All fair points, obviously. And I think we can maybe look at the Rangers team that started yesterday's game against Hamilton, because, as you say, it's more than likely going to be the Rangers team that starts on Tuesday. The font's a wee bit small there, but as you can see, Butland in goals, Tavernier, and Giga. Giga
and
Suter and Aarons at left back. You've got Rothwell, Diamande, Raskin in the middle. Finlay, Curtis and Danilo and Dowell was the front three yesterday.
Yeah.
So
there could be room for changes at the top end.
Gassama played the second half. Asgard's still injured, obviously.
You would think Gassama getting a bit of game time, there's a lot of excitement around him.
Yeah.
You'd think that they might try and get him into that team someplace, whether it's a Finlay Curtis or Kieran Dowell would perhaps drop out of that. Obviously, Asgard doesn't look as if he's going to be fit for Tuesday night, which will be a blow to Rangers because I think they're quite excited about him as well. I think if Gassama is anywhere near it in terms of his fitness and how he's assimilated with the group, I'm pretty sure that Russell Martin would be keen to try and get him into that starting 11. So there could be room for change. And who knows? Just spent 5 minutes talking about Danilo. Would it be the biggest surprise in the world if Hamza Igaman or Dessers come in and started that game because of the importance of it?
Aye.
It wouldn't be.
Aye.
But Russell Martin clearly likes what he sees from Danilo so far this summer. So right now it feels as if that number 9 shirt is his to lose.
I know we'll talk a lot about the Panathinaikos game between now and then. We've got a few comments coming in on it. Scott says Dow has to be a joke. I don't see how he starts. I just wanted to pick up on that because basically what I'm trying to ask is, I know it's hugely important for Rangers if they make it into the Champions League. We all know what it brings, but how realistic is it to say to Russell Martin, look, we want you to get by Panathinaikos and 2 other two-legged rounds with, no disrespect, Kieran Dell still starting and players like him that we've looked at and have thought probably aren't Rangers quality.
Yeah, I've written a column about this tomorrow, which you probably talk about it tomorrow night. But it is. I feel a little bit sorry for Russell Martin